Hartley dives for Sophie Cunningham's knees, doesn't even try to avoid the collision, doesn't try to move out the way. Bria Hartley sees Sophie's legs and says, that's the direction I'm going to fall in, even though...
And Sophie's mother, Paula Hartley, is a disgruntled player having trouble everywhere she goes. She's playing mean and plays out of control. That chick grinning after Caitlin Clark got slammed to the ground. And then this chick.
Bria Hartley just cemented her reputation as the dirtiest player in the WNBA. And this time, her target was none other than Sophie Cunningham. The clip tells the whole story. Sophie's grinning on the court, enjoying the game, when suddenly, Hartley dives straight into her knees. No attempt to avoid contact, no effort to roll away. Just
with the Indiana Fever today, unfortunately, we have the horrific, terrible news that Sophie Cunningham is officially out for the rest of the season with a torn MCL.
A beeline into Sophie's legs like that was the only destination she had in mind. Sophie goes down instantly, clutching her knee in agony. The arena gasps, teammates rush over, and there's Sophie on the floor, tears in her eyes. And what's Hartley doing while all this unfolds? Smiling, actually grinning as if she just won a...
Hits just keep coming for the Indiana Fever. Not unexpected that Sophie Cunningham ruled out for the season, but devastating nonetheless as the injuries just continue to pile up. Of course, Sydney Colson already out for the season, Ari McDonald out for the season, and now Sophie Cunningham out for the season. That's with Caitlin Clark still out and having been out for much of the season.
Prize for cheap shots. That image, Sophie writhing in pain and Hartley smirking, spread like wildfire. Fans erupted online, calling it despicable, pathetic, and a new low for the league. They weren't exaggerating, because this wasn't some isolated moment. This was the latest chapter in Hartley's
law is once again in full effect for the Indiana Fever as Sophie Cunningham is ruled out for the rest of the season. So, what does this mean? They signed a new guard. Is Caitlin Clark ever coming?
Long, ugly highlight reel of dirty play. Pulling Angel Reese's ponytail like she was wrangling a fish. Body checking Skylar Diggins like she'd swapped basketball for ice hockey. Scratching Rebecca Allen so badly she left blood dripping down her arm. And now?
Sophie Cunningham was targeted, y'all. I'm telling you right now, Sophie Cunningham was targeted by Bria Hartley, and it just is what it is. It is what it is. I don't want to sit here and play games and act like, you know, she wasn't. She was targeted by Bria Hartley, and that's just the fact of the matter. And people can act like it's not all they want. I told you guys this girl was a dirty player, and that's all she did today was show how dirty she is.
Crushing into Sophie Cunningham's knee in a way that could sideline one of the most popular players in the league. Let's not pretend this doesn't matter. Sophie isn't just another name on the roster. She's quickly become one of the WNBA's most marketable stars. Fans have dubbed her Sophie the Trophy because she plays with energy, grit, and charisma that people genuinely love to watch. Alongside Caitlin Clark, she's been one of the main reasons Fever games became must-watch events. Her popularity has skyrocketed, her following has exploded, and she's one of the few players consistently bringing new eyeballs to the league. So when Hartley decided to turn her into a crash dummy, it wasn't just Sophie getting hit. It was the WNBA itself taking a punch to the gut. And here's the sick part. Sophie has been targeted before, elbows to the face, shoves that belong on playground blacktops, even a preseason suplex from Kiki Fenine that looked more like Monday Night Raw than a basketball move. Yet through all of it, Sophie has bounced back. She's built a reputation for toughness. Fans love that about her. They love that she can take the hits, get knocked down, and still get up smiling. But this time, the stakes are higher. Medical experts who've looked at the footage say it could be an MCL tear or a dislocation. Not an ACL, thankfully, but still an injury that could sideline her for the rest of the season. And if that's the case, the Fever just lost their second biggest draw. Caitlin Clark already knocked out earlier, now Sophie Cunningham in jeopardy. That's the league's nightmare scenario playing out in real time. And yet, here's Bria Hartley, the repeat offender, grinning in the middle of it all. Fans aren't buying excuses. They're not shrugging it off as an accident. They see a pattern and they're done with it. The footage doesn't lie. The second Sophie hit the floor, Hartley's face lit up like she'd pulled off some grand master plan. The internet froze the frames, zoomed in, slowed it down, and the smirk was plain as day. How do you defend that? You don't. Unless you're one of the few people still arguing Hartley's misunderstood, which at this point is like defending a storm for being wet. And the anger isn't just at Hartley. It's boiling over at the WNBA itself. Fans are tired of watching stars like Clark and Cunningham get battered while repeat offenders skate by with slaps on the wrist. Sophie gets fined for calling out officiating, but Hartley can yank ponytails, claw players bloody, and collapse knees and still suit up. It's embarrassing. Analysts are calling for a 20-plus game suspension. Half a season, salary gone, a clear message that cheap shots won't be tolerated. But will the league deliver? Most fans don't think so. They expect the same silence they've seen before. A shrug from Commissioner Kathy Engelbert while the players who drive ticket sales are left unprotected. And that silence is eroding trust, because let's be real. If stars like Clark and Cunningham can't stay healthy, ratings fall. Ticket sales crater. Sponsors back away. The same fans who just started showing up will walk away. The WNBA will be right back where it started, clawing for attention instead of riding the momentum it's built. And the irony? The league is letting someone like Hartley be the wrecking ball to all of it. At this point, Hartley doesn't even get the benefit of the doubt. She's earned her reputation. When Sophie went down, fans didn't see bad luck. They saw Hartley. Being Hartley. And now, with Sophie's future in jeopardy, the outrage has reached a boiling point. Social media has branded her the dirtiest player in the league. Clips of the smirk are being replayed like evidence in court. Sophie's family has spoken out, furious. Teammates are livid. Fans are demanding answers. And all the while, Hartley's legacy gets cemented not as a baller, not as a competitor, but as a walking foul machine who thrives on chaos. So let's call it what it is. Bria Hartley isn't unlucky. She isn't misunderstood. She's a repeat offender who's turned dirty. Play into her brand. And this latest hit on Sophie Cunningham? It might just be the moment that finally forces the WNBA to decide what matters more, protecting its stars or protecting its silence. Because one thing's clear, fans are done waiting. They're angry, they're loud, and they're watching closely. And as for Sophie, she'll fight back, because that's who she is. Tough as nails, smiling through pain, refusing to let anything keep her down. But the question isn't whether she can recover. It's whether the league she's given everything to will finally step up and protect her. Because if they don't, fans won't forget, and neither will Sophie.